Memphis Grizzlies big man Kenny Lofton Jr. has been shocking so many NBA fans around the world with just how great he's been this offseason, and also the surprising fact that he went undrafted. And a lot of people are asking questions, and he's starting to get put on the map with how good of a game he's had against some of the top people in this year's draft. And let's go ahead and get into that. So let's go over the 2 years in college that Kenny Lofton Jr. spent, and that was with Louisiana Tech. And in those 2 years, he averaged 14.5 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists on 55% from the field. And those are terrific numbers. And of course, as you guys can see, his second year with the team, he did go up about 4 points per game. He ended up getting an extra assist. He ended up getting 3 extra rebounds. He definitely made that progression. And that is something I'm going to see him do in the NBA. I feel like even from college to summer league, you've seen a lot of his game be upped. He's getting a lot better at shooting the three-point. He's been spacing the floor more. He's been cutting a lot better in summer league than he did in college. This is someone that's really been fine-tuning his game, and we've seen a lot of work be done. And I don't expect nothing less from someone like him. He is just a terrific basketball player with a great skill set. He already has a game in this year's summer league where he faced top draft pick, number 2 overall, Chet Holmgren to the Oklahoma City Thunder. He played him and really had a terrific game offensively and defensively, and this is when he really put the world on notice. He ended up dropping 19 points, 3 assists, and 6 rebounds on 47% shooting. That is a terrific stat line against one of the top centers coming in this year's draft. I believe this is somebody that can be a huge asset for any NBA team for years to come. And I believe the team that could very well be the most beneficial for him is the team that drafted him. The Memphis Grizzlies are a perfect fit for him. Their grit and grind style they're trying to bring back, the amount of mentors he has on his team, and his style of play is going to fit perfectly in Memphis. Everybody knows the legendary Memphis Grizzlies big man Zach Randolph, who was an enforcer and one of the main people in that grit and grind era, is someone I believe Kenny Lofton can kind of resemble his game from, he can kind of copy off a little bit and try to be that guy from Memphis that he once was. There's tons of potential with him. In my personal opinion, he reminds me if you completely put together PJ Tucker and Zion Williamson and just mesh them together. That is who Kenny Lofton reminds me of, and that is a compliment. Those are 2 great people in this league. Zion Williamson is, who knows what the future holds for him. He can be an all-NBA player. We all know PJ Tucker is one of the best role-playing, just positionless basketball players that the game has ever seen, and he is still getting paid great money for how many years has he been in the league. He is someone that any team could use. You guys might be asking the question, why would someone that's so talented be someone that fell nowhere in the draft? He ended up being undrafted. The simple question for that is, he is 6'7", 280 pounds, and that is what threw a lot of teams off because he is a power forward / center. He can play both. At times he has done both, but a lot of teams, even for just the last 20 years in the NBA, have been skeptical of smaller centers. Guys that are 6'5", 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", that try to play the center role, and it's just never really been something that NBA scouts are looking for, which is ironic to me that players like Draymond Green, now players like Zion Williamson, who's coming in, who's going to be an all-NBA player, of course, once he can stay healthy, just PJ Tucker, all these guys that are just smaller, positionless basketball players that are really the future of the NBA, and there has been an increase in scouts looking for people like that, and with that being said, I don't know how Kenny Lofton Jr. did not get any real interest from a lot of teams in that second round because he is a terrific player who can hit the 3, space the floor, play, if he wanted to, small forward, play power forward, play center. He can dribble the ball, and he ain't no point guard, but he can dribble it in situations in need, and is someone I think that the Memphis Grizzlies have really struck gold with, and he's going to be a key player for years to come. It is crazy to me the amount of players in this year's draft that went undrafted that have so much talent. There's just so much to even go over in this video, but players like Scottie Pippen Jr. and Kenny Lofton Jr., there's just been so much talent that surprisingly went undrafted, and a lot of players that surprisingly were drafted that were scheduled to go. It was a really weird draft this year. A lot of people say it was a great draft. Some people are saying it's one of the worst. It's definitely going to be one that we're going to have to wait and see on because a lot of people have differing opinions, and I believe there were some hidden gems in this draft that a lot of teams will be so happy that they went upon and drafted, or a player that they signed in the offseason like Kenny Lofton Jr. So thank you for watching this video. Let me know in the comment section how you guys feel about Kenny Lofton Jr. Do you think he's a great player, a good player, or are you just not a fan? Let me know because I love reading your guys' opinions, and I'm really curious to see how the overall NBA fan base is currently feeling about him. Of course, he's had some up and down games so far this season. He is still 19 years old. So thank you guys for watching. Like I said, hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, hit the subscribe button if you want to see more NBA content, and I'll definitely see you guys next time.